I'm just going to turtle and pull the whole room. Be right back.
I will stay here at the entrance.
They're gonna come to us here.
I will run out the entrance.
Seems to be a lot of wasted space in here. There's all this food and drink. I mean, I realize they're dancing and everything, but come on.
Anyone else need a summit?
Is Rhyme online in Guild?
Nobody named Rhyme.
No, he's not on right now.
Alright, because I saw that he was attending for today, so I'm like, well, I'll just check.
Yeah, I don't know if he's running late, but I don't see him on my friends list.
You can yell at him, Tide.
Did he say that he was? Because originally he wasn't going to be here.
According to the list, he's here. From what Junk's put together.
Oh, that list?
Yeah, you believe that?
I don't know what the list is.
He put it together, like, this morning, so...
Yeah, he never said he was going to be here. I don't think he said he wasn't going to be here either, so...
Are we here enough to start clearing?
We've got 2 healers.
I guess.
Beware, we have 2 healers here.
Everybody been practicing their left and right?
I only practice prance forward.
All right. Hopefully I'm okay. Let's see what happens. Okay, holy moly, I am struggling. All right, so same kill order for here. We're going to be doing Nick, then Stav, and then Frida will be last. Hold it, give me a second, guys.
Necro.
Man, that was a bad. Oh my gosh, that was a bad sip of water. All right. So yeah, where was I? Yeah, Nick, Stav, and then Frida. So I couldn't find any footage on the on the new ability that Frida will gain on heroic. All it says is here it's she's going to be spawning pools basically. Whenever we take damage from her, any type of source that we take damage from her in that last phase will basically just drop pools down. So really, that's all I can see here. I really don't know how it looks. So we're just going to have to jump in, see how things go, and then adapt from there. It does say here that I guess what Wowhead is trying to say here is that we should bait the pools together as a group. And then we need to spread out for Drain Essence, because that's the one that does, I think, if you're a proximity damage. So we try to group up as much as possible to bait all the circles that when we take damage, and then we just move together as one team. And then we need to loosely spread out for Drain Essence. And then, of course, we need to make sure that we're continuing to interrupt the volley throughout the entire encounter. But everything else is pretty much the same. Tide, when was Hero again? Did we do it after on the second boss? On Stav?
We never really had a set time with this kill order.
I think it was the second half of Stav, once he's sub 50%. I feel like that's when we heroed. Okay. Let's move forward with that.
Okay, so after the dance.
Yeah. After the dance, once we get back, we'll nuke Stav, and then we can hopefully reset and get things stabilized for Frida when it's just her. Yeah, other than that, guys, everything else is the same. The attendants, make sure we nuke those ASAP. Melee camp, and from time to time, range personnel. Be mindful of Stav and where he is in relation to the raid for his dash. Excuse me, Nick. No, it's good. Yeah, it was Stav. Yeah. So just make sure that you're aware where he's at, so you don't get slammed by that. And then, of course, we talked about last week when you have to find your buddy and run with them. I'm sure it's probably going to hit much harder on heroic than it did on normal. So we'll need to do our best to find our buddy. But in the event, like we talked about last week, in the event that you're a whole sea away from each other, don't try to Blue Falcon your buddy, the rest of the raid by running through them to get to your partner. Just use a personal and try to survive it through. But for the most part, I don't think we ran into that issue last week. I think for the most part, we'll all be relatively close to each other. So the rest of the raid that isn't targeted with that ability, where you need to find your buddy and run with them, just be conscious of where everybody is. Keep your head on a swivel, and move if you need to help our buddies out here. All right, let me drop a feast, and then Chubb, when you get a moment, drop a cauldron too, please.
Oh, you should maybe mark Nick with a different mark, because when the attendants come out, they will get marked skull. If you want him to stay as a mark, he'll just be unmarked then.
I don't have a fucking clue what markers are used and aren't.
I just know that happens in this fight. The attendants always get marked skull by the add-ons.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Summon dutiful attendant. Evasive lunge.
Attendant is out.
Somebody win, Kyle.
Evasive lunge.
No.
Evasive lunge.
Swing.
Summon dutiful attendant.
Gotta get interrupts.
Yeah, we didn't get an interrupt off.
Evasive lunge.
There's a lot of dead people.
You okay, Junks?
Yeah, I'm I'm trying to make sure I don't have these long drawn out coughs on the on Discord here. Okay, so yeah, those interrupts. We need to make sure we're staying on top of those. I mean, I counted at least 5 or 6 on that last pull right there that we probably did not get off. So certainly we need to keep tabs on that, especially range personnel when the tanks switch. And all the melee camp is following Nick over to the side. So there's going to be no the melee camp is not going to be there at all. So we need to make sure we're keeping tabs on Frida at that point to make sure we're staying up on the interrupts. All right, check for pull.
I now have to turn the radio check sound into Junk's coughing to death.
Need to make a weak aura of that.
Just a counter every time you hear it.
All right, we're all ready. Here we go.
No markers.
They'll pop up.
5,
Okay, sorry about that.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Summon dutiful attendant. Evasive lunge.
All right, get ready for attendant is out.
Evasive lunge.
Range, keep an eye on Frida.
Drinking.
You're up. Nice.
Evasive lunge. Dawn's macabre.
Switch. Well, switch when they get back down.
I believe this time is an extra dance move, right? Am I right?
Oh, is there? I did not know that.
So just pay attention, just in case. Yeah, it was one extra. Right?
There was one. I'm in trouble.
Oh, there was two.
Oh god.
2 extra.
Wait a minute, I was following the steps and it still killed me.
Summon dutiful attendant.
Eat your light.
Tenant is out. There was 6 moves, Dot. Did you do all 6?
Evasive
Well, I died like on the 4th or 5th one.
evasive lunge.
Switch.
Range, keep an eye on Frida.
Summon dutiful attendant.
Tenant's out, coming from the rear.
Evasive
Drinking.
lunge.
Don't stand behind him.
Evasive lunge. Evasive lunge.
Switch.
Evasive lunge. Waltz of blood. Evasive lunge. Evasive lunge. Evasive lunge. Evasive lunge. Drain essence. Evasive lunge.
All right, wipe this one up.
Evasive lunge.
Anybody else have high ping, or is it just me?
Yeah, I'm good.
Like 320 ping right now.
Evasive lunge.
I'm good, so reset all your stuff if you have to.
Okay, guys. Obviously, taking crap ton more damage here from all these abilities, all these mechanics here. So we need to make sure that, especially DPS, we need to be doing our best to make sure that we're minimizing the amount of damage we're taking to help out the healers. Healers, it's obvious we need to be making sure that we got to line up these cooldowns somehow to make sure that we have them at opportune times throughout the encounter here. So I'm going to keep a close eye on when would be the really good times. Just keep a close eye too, just so maybe we can keep an eye on like, hey, yeah, this is the time we really need to be using it. I forgot what that ability is with the big circles, but I know that one definitely hurt. Having one for that point in time is certainly a must.
I did Trink right after that.
Had
Okay.
Haley's Trank there, and it still didn't top people off. That was a lot of damage.
Yeah, that was. That might be something where we need to be using personals as well. Give me a minute, 10. I'll figure that out. So that ability, I don't know what it is. But yeah, whatever ability that we get the big red circle underneath us, just make sure that we are helping out our healers. So use a personal at that time or a cookie. That might work as well. Make sure you grab your cookie. So whatever you got at that point in time to help out the healers. Prideful Eruption, is that what it is?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Okay.
And it's after we take down the first person. After we take down Nick, then Frida's cast that.
Okay. Yeah, so those are that is something definitely we need to work on. So baby steps. First thing we need to worry about is making sure we're minimizing the amount of damage we're taking here. This is not a race to the end, guys. I don't need everybody blasting away. I need everybody learning the fight first. Learning the fight, learning the dance, not the actual intermission dance, just all the movements of this fight. The top priority I need from everybody is learning how to minimize any additional damage you're taking. That includes, I feel like I've said this 100 times already, is the dash. We need to make sure we're doing perfectly, we're doing our best to make sure that we're not getting hit by that at all. I need to figure out what markers aren't being used so I can mark the tanks here. So give me a minute for that, please.
And I'm trying to stand where I am bouncing now in this direction. I'm trying to get back to this exact marker. So it's just constantly going lengthways. So you have heaps of room.
Looks like we just have skull, orange, star. Okay, so I think we should be good with moon and blue. Tano.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, check for pull. One more time, guys. It's not a race. I'm not worried about blasting through this at all. I'm more concerned with us doing what we can to do our part and help the healers here. Okay, we're all ready. Here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Summon dutiful attendant. Evasive lunge.
Add is up.
Evasive lunge.
Thinking here.
Switch.
Range, keep tabs on interrupts.
Evasive lunge. Dance macabre.
All right, remember 6 dance moves this time.
Yeah, Tano, 6. Don't run away on 4.
Summon dutiful attendant.
Attendant.
Evasive lunge. Evasive lunge. Summon dutiful attendant.
Attendant.
Evasive lunge.
I need somebody. Yep.
Okay, we can't have 3 sets of people run to the center like that.
Evasive lunge.
Wipe it up. For what?
Dance or the finding your partner thing. Everyone converged on one point, and I'm sure that got a couple people.
Yeah, we did that on the last fight too, where the stragglers were just left with nowhere to run.
The people with the debuff?
Yeah.
Like the dance partners, like pretty much it's the melee, right? The ranged are already out there and they start running, and the melee trying to catch up, and there's already puddles. And when everyone converges into the same area, the people at the back are screwed. That happened on the last fight. We did it again this fight. We just got to try and, I don't know. I mean, we don't have to go. We don't have to run back necessarily, right? We can run left, right, forward. We can go anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
The
We
damage from the puddle is a lot more than not being with your partner. So,
Correct.
if anything, just dodge the puddles.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to say. You know, you want to make it towards your partner, but not at the cost of getting hit by puddles. And I don't know. I'm looking. I don't think I cast taunt, but I got meleeed by Nick somehow. So
If it was at the dead start, do remember that I've only got 2 taunts and I have to hold 2 things.
no, we were just we
Like-
were in the middle of just fighting. It was weird. I don't
Wait,
see
if it was
where,
during the fight, then I don't have a fucking clue how you got it. But the dead
yeah,
start,
and I don't see where I cast provoke at any point in the fight. So
Okay. So Dark
because he's
Recital.
been swapped by a hard taunts.
Yeah, just a reminder on Dark Recital, guys. Yeah, I mean, you want to try to find your partner, but again, not at the cost of taking damage from the pool. Again, like I said, use it personal. Don't, I mean, if you're far away, I think 2 pulls ago, I was stuck with somebody melee, and I said, screw it. I just used turtle, and then I, just kind of ran away from the puddles. So that's the main thing here. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you guys. I mean, it's clear as day. You can't miss the puddles. You can't miss other people with puddles. So it's just, you got to snake it through, guys. It's just that simple. Use a personal and snake if you need to. Otherwise, if you have a clear path to your partner, run to your partner and keep moving. But yeah, it's obvious, guys, that this is not going to be a pushover fight like it was on normal. So we need to make sure we're handling these mechanics correctly. I'm going to reiterate one more time. I don't give a flying hoot how much DPS you're doing right now. I just care about us learning the dance correctly. Once we do that, then the DPS will follow suit. So I want to make sure we're doing that first, making sure, hey, ability XYZ is going off. This is what I need to do. That's what I want us to learn right now. Check for pull. Okay, range personnel. I might forget from time to time to remind you guys to interrupt Dreadbolt volley. So just know that when the tanks swap, we need to keep tabs on that, or you should already be well aware. You shouldn't have to rely on me reminding you guys. So just keep that in mind. We need to make sure that we're interrupting. I think we did pretty good. Well, actually, we did really well 2 pulls ago, and I think last pull we one Dreadbolt volley got off. So we need to make sure. I mean, that is 100%. We got to stay on top of that stuff right there. So just keep that in mind. I might forget from time to time, but do your best to. When that tank swap happens, we need to be on that. All right, we're all ready. Here we go.
Five, four, three.
Yay, tricks.
1.
Summon dutiful attendant. Evasive lunge.
Tendons out.
Drain essence.
All right, get ready to find your partner.
Evasive lunge.
Haley, can you try
Sweet.
and get
Sorry, Jess, I didn't hear you.
Oh, that's okay. Can you drink here?
Drain essence.
Range, keep an eye on Frida for volley.
Evasive lunge. Dance macabre.
Why do I have to run right down the back? I am so slow.
That's why.
Okay, this fucked me up. There was a light in the front, and then when I got there, the light went to the back.
It was some kind of ability that was happening.
Was it Boral's silence?
Summon dutiful attendant.
It could be.
Tendons out. Oh, that's cruel. If it was Boral's silence.
Well, there was that
saw
beam
it too.
down.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw.
Dodge.
Easy hand.
Evasive lunge.
Brain.
Range, watch volley.
Summon dutiful attendant.
Tendons out.
Evasive lunge. Evasive lunge. Dread evasive lunge.
Sweet.
Evasive lunge.
All right, get ready for prideful eruption. Use cookies, or if you need to.
Evasive lunge. Prideful eruption.
Drinking.
Evasive lunge.
Come on, Benji.
Switch.
Evasive lunge. Evasive lunge.
Interrupt.
Evasive lunge. Evasive lunge. Evasive lunge.
All right, wipe this one up. Making good progress here.
Lunge. Dance macabre.
Oh, well, yeah, just wipe it up. Do we have a? Can you heal her? Stay alive.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
I mean, mirror straight.
Yeah, that's
Really?
true too.
Yeah, I need good.
Okay.
Well then.
Okay, that was much better. We're making progress here, so I like what I see.
Waltz of blood.
Just
Certainly.
kidding, I can't res. How did you survive, Sin?
I don't know! I'm still alive and I haven't done shit!
No.
Apparently, when I cock it up, I don't take any damage.
Yeah, I would say, guys, I don't know about anybody else. I mean, maybe the cloth wearers, but certainly for male wearers, I mean, I was for the Find Your Partners dance. I just kind of like went on my own. I wasn't really taking much more damage. And I did accidentally dip into a pool, and that's when it really hurt. But just running by myself, I found it wasn't too bad. Are there any cloth wearers here that ran by themselves yet?
It won't matter. Armor class is irrelevant.
Okay. All right.
Its health pools would matter, but it is putting more stress on heals if we're taking unnecessary damage.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll keep it the same then. Same thing.
I think, like you said, pools are priority. You need to avoid those first, then try to partner up.
Yeah. Yeah. The order of importance is number 1, stay away from the pool. Number 2, try to get to your partner. And if your partner is a mile away, don't even bother. Just use a personal and just try to survive from there. But I'd rather have you guys run in the opposite safe direction rather than just trying to cut through traffic, high traffic areas, trying to get to your partner as soon as possible. So there's certainly a lot of options there. And that's up to you guys on what you need to do. But I just gave you the hierarchy right there. All right, check for pool. Okay, we're all ready. Here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Summon dutiful attendant. Evasive lunge.
On the attendant.
Evasive lunge.
Sweet.
Range, keep an eye on Frida.
Evasive lunge. Dance macabre. Summon dutiful attendant.
Attendant.
Evasive lunge.
Drink.
Range, keep an eye on Frida.
Summon dutiful attendant.
Comes the attendant.
Evasive
Interrupt.
lunge. Evasive lunge. Evasive lunge. Evasive lunge. Waltz the flood. Evasive lunge. Prideful eruption. Evasive lunge.
Keep an eye on Frida for interrupts.
Evasive lunge.
Do you want touch up?
Yes.
Evasive lunge. Evasive lunge. Dance macabre.
All right, good recovery, guys. Good recovery. Good job, healers, keeping us up.
Getting it close, Jess.
Remember, we're heroing once they're back down.
Correct.
Evasive lunge.
Range, keep an eye on Frida.
Evasive lunge. Evasive lunge. Waltz the flood. Evasive lunge.
Ooh, watch these line.
Lunge.
Cell, can you him?
Evasive lunge.
All right, so make sure we keep a loose stack for Drain Essence. And it looks like from now on, any damage we take is going to leave pools on the ground. So, yep. We're just going to have to make sure. And it looks like Drain Essence, you have to keep moving too, because it drops a pool right away.
Prideful eruption.
Try to stack.
Maybe this-
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, I tried to, but I was in the puddle.
Soul spike.
Let's get her up.
Soul spike.
Oh, no, okay, never mind.
Soul spikes. Soul spikes.
Wow.
Dreadbolt volley.
That's exciting.
Yeah,
Holy moly.
we're going to have to reset. Yep. Okay, so Soul Spikes, we need a stack. That's what it was. All right, let's keep it going. Actually, no, never mind. Go ahead and stand in, crap. We got too many down.
Dreadbolt volley.
Real good job, guys, though.
Dreadbolt volley.
I like what I see. Making good progress here. So the only recommendation, I don't know, Jess, you tell me what you think. So that first, we have that prideful eruption, and then that's back to back with the dancers that come up. And that's a long, two back-to-back moves. I mean, that's a lot of potential damage going out, especially those dancers. Do you think that's a situation where we should keep double trank ready to go, or are you fine with just having a single trank in that phase?
I don't know. I feel like we do need to spread them out a little bit.
I actually wasn't even able to trank because I didn't realize that after the circle, I was going to leave a puddle right under me, so I had to move right away. So I was only able to get like 2 ticks of my trank off.
Well, not that particular phase, Haley, but
The first
okay.
time it happened.
Yeah. Keep doing what you're doing, Jess. It was just a suggestion. I don't think. I just noticed
maybe
that
if we
our
tried
health
the
went
man
pretty little at certain points of time.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to watch the timer as we're doing this to see where we're hitting those big damage points and how we can spread them out.
Yeah, so it looks like we're just going to have that one overlap, the one prideful, and then the dancers coming out. And it really sucks because we have to spread out for prideful, and at the same time, those dancers are moving all over the place. So that was my concern, is just that one spot. So I certainly would like to have a trank because I don't want to have a healer use one of the priests using him, because then they have to stop, and they might get screwed by one of the dancers.
Well, we can't move during trank either.
It's not like it was in Legion.
Yeah. The channel now.
Okay. All right.
Rip.
Never mind then.
But I think, because we need to do it right away anyway, it's not helping us catch up. We have to do it as soon as the blood circles are out. If we trank, and then maybe I'll convoke with her trank. See if that helps.
I mean, if that's the case now, then it's all about. Then it doesn't really matter when we do it. The main important thing is whoever you call for, Jess, they need to make sure that they're in a safe zone. Potentially a good distance away from any of these dancers, potentially running into them early into their cast and just disrupting their whole raid-wide cooldown, because that would really suck. So that's just the main thing. I don't, at this point, it doesn't really matter who goes off or who uses it. They just need to make sure that raid awareness, and they do their absolute best, whoever it is, to make sure you're in a safe area.
We can move with tree and convoke.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking if we
can we use Tide Totem for that? Because Luna can just drop that, right?
What's the range on that?
I don't know. I don't even know if that's still a strong raid cooldown for them.
10 yards. I'm not sure if we'll get too much out of it. Oh no, never mind. That's Spear Link. 40 yards.
Only 40, yeah. Just wondering, because that's something that doesn't require you to stand there,
Sell your him is 3 minutes, right?
Right.
Okay, our trank is 2, so do you want to use your him sooner so it's up again? Because I feel like it's going to be up again.
I think I was able to use it twice.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, if you want, just tell me when to him. I'll do it. No problemo.
Okay, maybe we'll do that because I've been tranking earlier. Maybe it's better if I save my stuff. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we got to be, I'm certainly not, healers don't think I'm calling you out. I just got to make sure we're utilizing our CDs at the right times, because we do have a normal than larger group than we normally run with tonight. So we definitely, everybody, and I'll reiterate this to the rest of the group too. We need to do our part and help the healers. They are stressed. They have to dodge a lot of stuff, and at the same time, they have to heal us. So we're not helping them if we're doing dumb shit. So we just keep that in mind, guys. Healers, you're doing a good job. DPS, we're getting better. We're starting to learn our dance. We're starting to stay alive. I still see some people dropping early. I'm not sure if it's your fault or not. I haven't looked at anything yet, but what I would like to see is all of us go into the next intermission at full strength, because it looks like we're going to need every bit of DPS moving forward with each encounter. Okay, so Tide, we're going to keep then. You said at the start of.
I think we hero when we just got Frida with her filling the room with patches really quickly.
Yeah.
I think we're going to need to use hero there.
So what was the ability? Because I need to remember when we need to group up, because obviously we were all spread out, and that's why we had to basically move to the other side of the room, which is not what we want to do, because that's a lot of movement, especially for the tanks. Okay, yeah, soul spikes. That's what it is. So once we get back to that phase, just remember soul spikes is when we need to group up. I'll try to remember when we get there. All right, let me drop a feast.
Didn't you already drop a feast?
Did
I
I?
think we're good on the feast.
Hey, extra
Okay.
food. Woohoo.
I didn't eat, so I'm
So
trying
we
to
need the
feast for
4
my-
minutes to
The water's
refresh
just
it.
killing you, man.
Here we go.
And also a reminder, I think with Prideful Eruption, the big red ring that we spread out for, everybody gets, use damage reductions if you guys got them. It's really predictable, high damage, raid-wide, so it's a good time to use that.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's any fight I'm going to stress, this is the time to help our healers. It's this fight right here. We need to be doing our part. Other than DPSing, we need to be doing our part with minimizing our damage as much as possible. Okay, we're all ready. Here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Summon dutiful attendant. Evasive lunge.
Let's get this boss under control, please.
I only have 2 taunts.
Evasive lunge.
Range, keep an eye on Frida.
Evasive lunge. Dance macabre.
Find your spot.
Jess, you called me to him, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
No,
Make
you're
the
fine. I
choice.
was just making sure. I have it on cooldown.
Okay.
Yeah, you healers might have to turn her up.
Sorry.
No, you're
It's
fine.
okay.
I said that to her like 2 polls ago. I'm like, I gotta turn you up more because I can't hear you.
This game wants me to hit this portal.
Summon dutiful attendant.
Comes the attendant from the left.
Flame essence. Evasive lunge.
Doing good, guys. Doing good. Keep it clean.
Good timing touch.
Evasive lunge.
Range, keep an eye on Frida.
Summon dutiful attendant.
Attendant still got out, so let's wrap him up.
Evasive lunge. Evasive lunge.
Range, keep an eye on Frida.
Evasive lunge. Waltz of blood.
Haley, can you drink
Divisive interruption.
when you're safe?
Drinking.
Evasive lunge. Evasive lunge.
Interrupt.
Cell, can you him?
Evasive lunge.
Hold until transition.
Evasive lunge. Dance macabre.
Take your position. It is time for the dance. Shimmy right. Boogie down. Comes forward. Sashay left. Boogie down. Sashay left. Your steps were simply delicious. Everyone, find your markers.
Evasive lunge.
Whenever you get a minute, get myself and Dot up, please.
Waltz the flood. Evasive lunge.
Dodge these guys. Range, keep an eye on Frida.
Evasive lunge.
Touch, can you him when you're safe?
Evasive lunge. Evasive lunge.
Interrupt. Nice.
Evasive lunge.
All right, doing good so far. Doing good.
Evasive lunge.
Drain Essus, you're gonna have to keep moving because it's gonna drop pools. All right, spread out for Prideful.
Prideful eruption.
Haley, this is you.
Everybody try to group up for soul spikes. Don't move to the other side yet.
Soul spike.
Drinking.
Soul spike.
All right.
Soul spike. Soul spike. Soul spike.
Okay, I see how it works now. Yep.
Dreadbolt volley.
All right, let's get to the other side.
Manifest pain. Manifest pain. Dreadbolt volley. Dance macabre.
At least it disappears.
Yeah, we can reset. That's good.
Big dancing tree.
We'll reset up front.
Yep, right where they spawn. Or shield spawn.
I have this urge to pull you, Junks. I don't know why.
It's rude.
Do it.
I know why.
Jealous of my ex-mog.
Dreadbolt volley. Prideful eruption.
Spread.
Haley tree.
Manifest pain.
Stuck again.
Soul spikes.
Soul spike, stack up.
Manifest pain. Soul spikes.
Keep moving. Keep moving. We should be moving together.
Dreadbolt volley. Manifest pain.
Second pots.
Dreadbolt volley.
Get ready to stack again.
Prideful eruption.
No, spread.
Spread.
Manifest pain.
Now bring it in.
Moving back to the
Cell
front.
him.
Soul spike.
Drinking.
Soul spike pain.
Defensives.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
Soul spikes. Soul manifest pain.
Whoever's left.
We have a res.
Yep, just
You got it. Good job.
there we go. Nicely done.
Now I'll take the res.
So when she casts Eruption again, the front area should be open.
Yeah, and which works out perfectly. So we start at one spot, move to the second, and then go back to the first spot. So I like that. I was a little worried that we might run out of space.
Well, there we still had half the room empty. We could have kept moving the way we were going, right?
We were going to, but
Yeah.
since that area opened up, we did.
No, I get reusing it when it resets, but then it was like I'm going back the other way, and suddenly we're kind of going back through like the minefield.
I mean, we were just totally winging it there. There was
No,
no
I know.
central
I'm
direction.
just
Yeah.
we can use the whole room like each.
Yeah, yeah.
Each
No,
base there.
you're absolutely right. Yeah, and once we get back there, we'll certainly find a good time. You know what? We're gonna take a break right now, guys. So go ahead and take 5.
Oh, but you taught me well enough to dispatch so many of your underlings, Master. True, you left considerable detritus in your wake. If you're so fond of wreckage, my lumbering friend here will happily oblige. Who making this ruckus?
Touch, I'm by the
Do
repair
not let
prison so I
Kale
can.
win. Someone roll. Hurry up.
God, Kale's gonna win it.
Come on, Dunks, roll. Even if you don't need it, somebody roll.
Oh, Tater gets it.
Thank you.
What did I roll for?
Oh, that's already a disqualification.
Crit mastery with a socket, Nick.
I mean, it's better than what I have, but I mean, I don't really care about it. So, if he really wants it, he can have it.
There's 2 necks up for roll, by the way.
I'm back.
A 1 roll.
Troy, you here? Or James? Either one?
Yeah, man, what's up?
Okay. Can you give me a heads up about chain slam here on this fight? The people that need to help with that, do they need to be in the circle with the person that's targeted, or just like on the outside of the circle?
I mean, you should all be in it anyway, because the range should all be stacked as a nice little clump. So you all get sucked in, and then you all have to run away again. I mean, that's how we did it anyway.
Okay. Oh, so is it always ranged? It's never melee gets targeted?
Always on the range. It's never on the melee group.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Yeah, you're right. That makes it easy. We'll just all be targeted then. All right. And then you said we should all be in the circle, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm reading on Wowhead, and it's just the verbiage is just really, really awkward. That's why I needed clarification.
Yeah, the person who gets it will be stunned, so they can't move. So if someone who doesn't have chains gets it and they're outside of the group, the rest of you will just have to move over there.
Right. Okay. All right. But like you said, we should all be grouped up anyways.
Yeah.
All right. Is it ready? Check to see who's back. Okay. All right. We're all back here. All right. So this will probably be, as everybody keeps saying, a DPS check here. So we'll definitely have to see how things are. Tide, we might have to switch up on when we hero. I remember on normal, we were pretty much doing it on the third pillar here, but there's probably a very good chance we'll be going all the way up until the fourth pillar. So if that's the case, right now, I'm anticipating him hitting the fourth pillar. So for now, when he hits that fourth pillar, that's when we need a hero.
Got it.
Okay, everybody else, we're going to keep the same strat here like we did on normal. One group will be range personnel. The other melee camp will hang out with the tanks. The only difference I want to do here, and this is for the range personnel, is I know last week when we did this on normal, we started closer to Sludge Fist, and then we were just kind of working our way back. I noticed the snake pattern we were doing there. When he hit that first pillar, we were right there with him, and then we kind of had to make sure we weren't getting hit by that stuff. So we're just going to start at max range first, and then work our way towards Sludge Fist. So by the time he hits that first pillar, we don't have to reposition ourselves. We should be well out of range, and then we can start doing our dance from there, creeping up behind him and all that good jazz. Okay, so just like we were talking about earlier, the new ability on Heroic is Chain Slam. So just like James was explaining earlier, one person, and it looks like it will always be somebody in the range group. One person will be targeted. That person will have a big arrow over their head along with a huge red circle. Range personnel, since we'll all be stacked tightly, we'll be in there anyways. But basically, that chain slam will just drag the person that's targeted towards them. James, does it drag everybody else too, or do we have to run with them manually?
It'll yoink all of you to the boss, and then you'll all have to run away because it'll normally be followed by the destructive stomp and then a roar as well.
Okay, so all right, so everybody listen up. Just want to make sure I got this right, James. It's going to target that person, and it's going to target all of us. All of us will automatically get dragged towards him, and then once we reach the end of that drag, we have to run out. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So range personnel, you heard that. As soon as the dragging is done, we just got to make sure we beeline it together as a group, because I'm fairly certain there will be some chains going on there as well.
Yeah,
so,
there are chains during that.
Yep. We need to make sure that we're staying together as a group. Make sure I'll mark myself as well. So, yeah, just keep an eye on that as well. So that's the only really difference on Heroic. Of course, the HP difference. So things will be a bit different here. I remember there was a dance to cooldowns here. I think it was 2 minutes go off. If you have a 2-minute CD, it's at the beginning of the fight. And then pillars 2 and 4, and I think if you have a 3-minute CD, it's pillars 1 and 3. I believe that's when you're supposed to do it. Yeah, there we go. Griff typed it in. So if you got a 2-minute, it's pillars 2 and 4, and if you got a 3-minute, or it should be, if you have a 2-minute CD, it's on pull, pillar 2 and pillar 4, and if you got a 3-minute CD, it's on pillar 1 and pillar 4.
What if you have a 4-minute CD?
I don't know. I'm not.
What if
a
you
math
have a
major.
12-month CD and you can't pull it out without getting a fee?
I don't know what to tell you about that.
Sorry, bank talk.
All right, let me drop a fee there, and we'll get a pool. See how things look here.
Do you say as melee we're stacking with the tanks, or do we have a marker?
We typically, the melee camp was just kind of hanging, was on the backside of the boss. I didn't want you guys with the tanks.
I just wanted to know if we had a marker to follow or not, that's all.
It makes it a lot easier for melee if there's one melee marked that everyone follows. That way, no chains go in different directions.
I got you. All I heard, Troy, was you recommended yourself to be that marker.
Right.
Volunteer.
Yeah, we should put another
Suck
cauldron down.
shit.
What's that?
Another
Transmog.
cauldron.
Okay.
And it looked the part.
Thank you, Troy. Appreciate that.
There we go.
Hey, Junks, I just need 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Let's get it ready. Check for pool. So range, come over to the green. And again, like I said, we're going to start at max range first and then work our way towards him.
No cauldron.
Oh, sorry. Do we need a cauldron? I'll pull it down.
Yeah. With this many people.
So what direction do you guys go around?
There you be.
You mean pillars, Troy?
Yeah.
This one first. Then this.
Yeah, give me a second. I'll mark them.
Then this.
All right.
Then this.
Yeah. What Tano said is 90% of the time it might work that way, but sometimes depending on...
I will call out if I don't want to get the truth.
Sometimes it depends on how the pools are that get left behind. So Tano might have to switch. Tano or Kale might have to switch things up.
No worries.
Well, plus if Tano calls it out, it might be in kilometers.
He'll understand. You won't.
Yeah.
All right, check it out.
It's pretty much true.
Are we bringing him to the purple marker?
Nope.
Nope.
Stand
that's-
there. Only moving to purple after these 2 pillars are down.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
Jones,
us. So we have somewhere to go back to after first we're dead.
We're going to stand in front of this wall here, Junks, so we don't get knocked back into the hallway. I wasn't sure if the gates came up at first or not.
I'm sure they do.
Let's
All
find
right.
out.
Yeah, let's just get a pull in here. Let's see how things look, and then we'll make our adjustments from there.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tanks are out of range.
All right, let's creep up then. Range. Come over to green. Moving right. Okay, we should all be in this. Remember when then we run out. Is that how it works? Come back to green marker.
Oh, never mind, I'm not.
Destructive stomp.
Oh. Do we have a res for Kale?
No.
What the heck just happened there? Yeah, go ahead and wipe up.
Healers happened.
Colossal roar.
Pillar? You got hit?
No, when the healers were running back with the range group, nobody was healing.
Okay.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was going to be a problem.
I can't take too many of these hard shots to the face.
Yeah, we'll just start closer then. We won't be max range.
Destructive stomp.
No need to yell. You were the targeted one, right? Yeah. Uh-huh. So that ability, James, that ability doesn't need to be soaked with the group? I thought that's what I read.
Yeah, it doesn't have to, it does 100,000 damage. It needs to be soaked.
A chain.
Yeah. Okay, did you have like a reticle around you or anything like that? A circle? Okay. So then it sounds like, okay, we don't use any movement abilities. We get sucked in, and then we just need to run back together as a group, so we're all running away and soaking at the same time. Did I get that right? Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the ability didn't kill you, it was the chain. You broke it.
No one should be using movement abilities. No speed ups, no roar, no nothing. You'll just kill yourself and others if you do it.
Okay. Yep. All right. So, well, it doesn't really matter, Chubb, because we're going to be starting closer. You know what, range? We're just going to go back to the way we did it last week. We're going to start where we did last week. I think closer to the stairs, and then we'll just work from there. Okay. Yeah. So just to reiterate, guys, especially really just the range camp. Keep in mind whenever that chain, the chain slam starts. Okay, wherever we are in that point in time, that's where we run back to. Okay, so don't veer off at weird angles. It should be we get dragged in, and it should be a straight line back. And the reason why I'm saying this is because we all need to be close to that person that is targeted so that we can share the explosion with that person. So just keep that in mind. Remember where we are when that chain happens, and that's where we need to run back to. And then just like we said right now, just no movement abilities or anything else like that. Dropping a feast.
Did we sort out the issue with the tanks not having heal support when we're running back?
Yes, please.
Okay, so you're saying when we're running back,
yeah, if all our
like
healers
keep
are running.
Keep an eye on the tanks.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like I can heal myself back up, but Kale cannot.
He's a paladin.
Is there any strat that involves healers, if they're not chained, don't get pulled in with the group chain?
I would say, let me read up here on how much.
I think we tried to do normal. Healers were in melee, and then they still get linked with range.
No. Not that. What I'm saying is the chain pull. So if you're chained with somebody, you got to get pulled in with the chain because you got to stay together. But I'm saying if they're not chained with somebody at that point, they could avoid the chain pull
Yeah.
and just stay back in range.
I like
It's
that.
100k
I can
damage
attempt it.
between all of you. The more of you that are in it, the less damage it does, the less you need to be healed.
Which is true, but the tank's got to survive too. A lot of people are going to be in it. So all the ranged DPS and healers linked just to somebody currently at that point would get pulled in. So you're going to have quite a few people pulled in.
Let's do this. Valid point, Tide. I want to try this first. And if it gets to the point where we can't handle it, then we'll certainly make that but I think right now, out of the two, I want to try this way first. Okay. And that is, let's stay with what we're doing. The only difference we're going to do here is we need to keep an eye on, especially for the healers, when Chain Slam is incoming. And we need to make sure our tanks are topped off. All right. Let's try it that way first. Let's see if we can survive. Obviously, healers, you need to make sure you're quickly, especially my druids, whatever, running on your way back, topping off our tanks as much as possible, and then just quickly getting them back up. I want to try it that way first. And obviously, if that's something that's not going to work, then yes, I feel like we would have to make sure we at least keep a healer or two behind to make sure that our tanks are good to go. So first way, we're going to try on this pool. I just want to see how it goes. Top off the tanks before Chain Slam comes in. And then druids, do your best to keep them up while we're running. And then, of course, all hands on deck once we're back in place. And then if that doesn't work out, we'll make the adjustments from there. Check for pull.
And range should be starting over here, right, Junks?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Over here by the gate.
And when we run back, I see people running like more towards like the middle of the room than over back here where we're starting. Do you want to put like a marker down where we're going to run back to?
No, because it might be different.
Okay.
That's why earlier I said, remember where we started, when the chain pulls started. And then that's where we want to run back to. So it's a bit of personal responsibility there. Okay, we're all ready here. Let's give this a shot.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Colossal roll.
All right, here comes Chain Slam. Let's make sure our tanks are topped off. Move up, ranged. Move it a little bit to the left so we don't get dragged through that pool. Oh, okay. Never mind, it's not a drag. Straight on back.
Drinking.
Let's get Jess up too, please. Range, move up. I'm going to make sure we're not too close to the pillar. So we're going to be moving. Oh, no. Yep. There we go. Range, stay right here. Come back towards the gate range. We're going to be moving up on the next, or depending on your position, left.
Destructive storm.
Get ready for Chain Slam. Top off our tanks. Range, move to the left. Range, we're coming right back here for Chain Slam. Range, we're going to be going behind us. Yep, just like that. left.
Destructive stomp.
Do our best to top off the tanks.
Stonequake. Colossal roar.
All right, wipe it up. Yeah, so certainly those rubble patches, I mean, that's a pain in the butt for Chain Slam.
Oh, he should have been moved, right? Shouldn't he maybe be in a little different position? We had both pillars down. Aren't the tanks even have a problem getting to a pillar that far away?
Well, our positioning was there were, I mean, there was just pools everywhere. That's why they kind of stood with. They're supposed to go to purple, and then start from there. But purple was pretty much all eaten up by.
Yeah, it should needed to be a lot closer to the pillars. They were never going to make the pillar run there. And then what we had done,
where we can put it.
And then what we had done on normal was then range actually moved where the boss starts. You remember that? We looped around and used kind of the back, what became the back of the room, because the melee group and the boss all moved up closer to the other pillars.
The big issue is his slam is a lot larger than it was on normal, and has been moved so it doesn't break the pillars. That's why we have to tank it where it is. And we're trying to arrange so that melee have a spot to actually stand and not die.
I was going to make the pillar run from where he was there, though, because
We can make it. Like, we've made the pillars each time. We've never been hit by Sludge Fist.
Okay. The main thing also is, and it looks like melee and range, it looks like we're pretty much lined up in a single line. So when melee is dropping pulls, it's lined up with ranged. So once Chain Slam happens, then we're pretty much running, we're going to have to run around a bunch of stuff. And obviously it gets more difficult as the time goes on because there's more pulls here. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's no way around it. We're going to have to be on the same side, because if range is on the other side of the boss, then they're going to eat up the side for the tanks. They can't really move. Yeah. Okay. All right. So range personnel, I think for now, I don't think there's any way around it. When Chain Slam goes off, we need to do our best. The good news is we don't disregard what I said earlier about snapping back to where we need to be. I do want us to get there, but obviously it's not going to be in a straight line. We're going to have to take a path that doesn't take us through a bunch of rubble, running straight through it. So we need to move together as a group around the patches, and just move around the patches and then come back to an outside spot here. Yeah, go ahead, Troy. What do you got?
I suggest you do it your way a few more times. It's fine the way it is.
Okay.
See, Youngson, I was noticing too, he always does the knockback, the roar, right after the chain pull. Like it's, maybe 5 seconds after.
Mm-hmm.
If it's close enough, you can almost use that. Because what we do is we run out, and then he knocks us even further away. You can almost use that knockback to reposition the range group.
So then, okay, I like that. So then
reposition right after that knockback.
What I mean? We just stack up.
Then we may have to just take a few steps back after that and reposition. But because what it seems we were doing is we run out, get in our spot, then we get knocked even further away, right? And then we're running back to our spot.
So if that's the case, can melee help us split that damage then?
So I don't think we need to split the chain damage. I think that seemed okay, didn't it? I'm just thinking of using the knockback to our benefit to reposition.
Right.
Reposition twice type of thing.
Right, but what I'm thinking is once we get pulled in, we just stay there.
Yeah.
The explosion will go off, and then the knockback will knock us back. So if we're just going to stay there, then at least we can get the melee camp to help us share the damage as well. let's try that. Yeah, so everybody just don't worry about running back immediately. Just once we get pulled in, just stay there.
Is there a reason they don't do this fight with just everyone stacked together?
Probably you just move a lot with the pools.
Yeah, like less uptime for the ranged having to run out.
Healers and stuff, yeah.
When he does his slam, yeah. Just curious, because that would that would maximize your space with the falling rubble and all that shit. And you'd already be there to soak. I just don't know.
Not the knockback, Griff. I was talking about the explosion for the chains. So what we're going to try here, guys, is whoever gets dragged in from the range camp, the entire range gets dragged in, and then we just hang out there until the knockback, and then we reposition.
The chain slam, by the way, only affects the damage the people he pulls. It says that it
okay, all right.
It's whoever gets pulled in is then kind of marked to take that damage.
Got it. Okay, so but all right, that makes sense as well. And then again, we'll just stay in there. We'll wait until the knockback happens, so we don't have to worry about running back as a group. We'll all just already be there to split. And then by the time the knockback happens, I'm pretty sure the explosion will have already gone out. All right, check for pull.
Yeah, what Luna's saying is really important. When we get pulled in, you got to stay stacked tight, and that way we'll all get knocked back the same. That way chains don't bust and all that stuff.
Okay, we're all ready. Here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Colossal roar.
Range, we're moving up.
Destructive stomp.
Should be on the very edge of all right, so remember, we're just going to hang out, wait for the knockback. Here we go. Come on back to the edge.
Destructive stomp.
Move up.
Drinking.
Colossal roar. Chain link.
Tighter stack range. Thank you. We're going to scoot up on the next
We're going to be in the
Destructive stomp.
Okay, yep. Move up to the left end right here in this corner.
Stone quake.
Wipe it up.
Destructive stomp.
Yeah. Yeah, we looks like a few of us went separate ways.
Yeah, he seems to pull right to his center. You got to make sure you back up onto his side a little bit so you get knocked the right way. Oh, yeah, well, that's a different one.
Every soul
I think if Junk says prance forward or bookie down or sashay left, that would be more helpful.
I think we can only kind of go up once, maybe twice. Otherwise, we do have that issue where we got to reposition for the stomp and then reposition right away again after it.
Okay, we're all ready. Here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Colossal roar. Chain link. Destructive stomp. Stone quake.
Don't run back, not yet.
Should be inching back now.
Yep, everybody, let's get cell back. Range, start inching back. Yep, right where the green marker is. Let's get cell up as soon as he goes down.
You can rest, Jess. I have cloak.
Range, stay right here, up against the wall. We're going to be moving to a little pocket to our left.
Destructive stomp.
Chain slam, do your best to position yourselves for the knockback.
Colossal stone quake. Destructive stomp.
Moving up. Move up.
Stone quake. Stone quake. Colossal roar.
Purple compromise, repositioning here.
The range, we're just going to be moving to our left now.
Destructive stomp.
Moving left.
Oh, my bad, Potat. I went one bit too far.
Position yourself for slam. All right, wipe it up. Yeah, see, so you see what I'm saying now? It's once the fight goes on, I mean, there's so much rubble on the ground, especially, it doesn't matter where we are, range camp or melee camp. So once he brings us in, the last two chain links that we went inside, there was rubble being casted, like literally right on top of the balls. So I'm not sure how to counter that.
At his stomp, like, he could have been a lot closer to pillars there if we look at the size. Like, he can almost sit at one pillar and not hit the other one.
Do you want a tank?
Hey, I'm trying to help solve that problem where we need
Easy,
space.
easy. Stop, both of you. Stop. Don't even say anything else anymore. Let's drop a feast here.
Prance forward.
All right. So just to confirm, melee camp, it's random, right? Where your rubble is being casted. Is that what I read earlier?
The way the rubble works in this fight is it's not targeting a specific person. It will target a random person in the raid and target an area within a certain radius around them.
Okay.
You can't really predict every time where it's going to be. Now, if we were to all stack like in one corner, then we would see it generalized location shift to there. The issue is so far with the rubble placement is that it's literally just being placed along that axis where the range are moving because that's the axes that the range are moving in.
Right. So, okay. So, I mean, yeah. So in theory, it's the same thing with the range personnel and the melee camp. Since the range personnel we're all pretty much stacked, we can pretty much predict where that rubble is going since we're all in one stack point. So it would be the same for for the melee camp, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It just doesn't happen as often on the melee as it does on the range. I don't know why, but that's just how it is. It can also get targeted on the tanks when they're running back after the stomp or the roar or whatever as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, our positioning matters, but only so much because of that randomness. But we've still got to try and keep it, stacked up on the edge of the stuff that previously fell and all that shit. I don't know what to do. So you're saying when you guys get pulled in for the soak, that's when rubble's falling, and it's pretty much just like y'all get screwed.
Yeah,
or the rubble's already there.
Yeah, or the rubble's already there. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it falls in that time frame. It hasn't fallen on us once we get pulled in. We get knocked back, and then that's when it drops.
What's the deal with the targeting for the chain slam? Is that on a person?
Yeah, it's on a person, and then we all jump in. Well, we're already there, and then it just pulls all of us in. So when we all get pulled in, our plan for range personnel was to hang out there and just wait until soak the explosion, wait till he knocks us back, and then when he knocks us back, then we run back to our spots. Twofold: one, we don't have to worry about running immediately, and number two, the healers are already in range to keep the tanks up in during that time frame as well. But obviously, as the fight goes on, it becomes more and more increasingly difficult to hang out there because now, before it was just a couple of you guys, but now that's the whole raid that's hanging out in there, and there's a lot of stuff going on. So I'm just trying to brainstorm here. What can we do to? I mean, is that just total RNG and we just have to react every single encounter, or is there some way we can bait this to where it's a little bit more easier for the entire raid to deal with?
I think so. Someone said it's like marked for the people to take it. Are they the only people who are able to split that damage, or can everyone? It says it's divided evenly between
It's only
affected
the group that gets
players.
pulled in.
Yeah, between affected players.
Yeah.
So the only other people that have to go are people that go to not break chains. And then do we just, when there's, like Griff pointed out, it's kind of like the link in this and the puddles from Council. Here, the puddle, if you don't want to get hit by it falling, because that hits for a shitload and stuns for 2 seconds. But the puddle that it leaves, Griff pointed out, it's only 934 physical damage every half second. And of course, it slows you by 25%. But if we have to stand in that, I think we just need to call for, maybe that's when we get shout or cover it with a healing CD or something. Luna's Spirit Link. Something, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Because we got to do the soaking, right? If we don't split, like if those people aren't there for the split or whatever, it's going to kill the people that are left. And the people that have to go for chains are also going to be stuck standing in it too. So.
Okay. All right. So first priority is this, and this is for range personnel. When we get sucked in, your first order of business, not DPS. I mean, if you're a healer, keep healing, but DPS wise, our first order of business, and healers too. I know I'm giving you double duty. There's a lot on your plate here, and that is first order of business is positioning yourself for that knockback, because we're going to be dealing with piles of rubble. There's no way around it. There will be RNG as far as positioning on where the rubble is. That's all RNG. So our first order of business is positioning yourselves for the knockback. The main thing is I just don't want you to get knocked back into a whole shitload of rubble pools. Then that's really bad for business. 1 or 2 ticks, okay, no big deal. But if you get knocked back into a big group, a big clump of puddles, then that's going to be bad for business. So first order of business, we get pulled in. Find your exit point. Find the exit strategy. Okay. The knockback, it doesn't look like it knocks us back entirely too far. So I'm not concerned with the chains. I think we should still be good. But just do your best to stay as close, because I think the chain distance has closed as well on heroic. I forgot what the exact distance was, but I know it's a lot shorter than it was on normal. So again, first order of business should be finding that exit point, positioning yourself correctly, so you're not getting knocked into a giant pool of rubble. Again, 1 or 2 ticks is fine, but that should be it. Position yourself, start healing, start DPSing, and then getting back to where we need to go. All right, Chick for Pool.
Hey, Junks, I also noticed when we get pulled in, if you don't take a couple steps back, like you're right under the boss, you won't get knocked back.
If you stay underneath the boss, you won't get knocked back?
Yeah, I didn't get knocked back that time, and I could see where that could be a problem if the person that didn't get knocked back is chained to someone else.
Yeah, same. I did that a couple of times. If you don't move right after, then you're just directly under him and it doesn't push you back.
Okay, good point. Appreciate you bringing that up. So make sure we're taking a couple steps out. That should be part of the whole process of positioning yourself correctly as well. Yep, take a couple steps back. All right, we're all ready. Here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Colossal roar. Chain link.
Range, move to your left a little bit. Follow the green. I'm going to see if we can get 2 pulls here. We're going to move to our right.
Destructive storm.
Get ready for the slam. Remember, well, we should be good here. But take a couple steps back. Get back to where we were. Move together as a group. Healers, you're good with the tanks, right, on range?
Yeah.
All right, moving up. Range, stay up against the fence. Come on back, yep. We're going to be moving to our left here.
Destructive storm.
We should have a little slither of, yep, look at that. Make sure to take a couple steps back. Stay together.
He's going to be too close for the slam.
Destructive storm.
Left. Find this little spot. Yep. Go back. Yep. Come to green. We're going to eat up this little spot, and then we have that little alleyway. Jeez. Wipe it up. That was much better, though.
If you look at us standing in these puddles right now, you can see it's still taking a very long time to kill us.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but it's much better than any of the other things you're going to get killed by.
Yeah.
As long as you're not hitting it when it's landing, getting pushed back into it is much better than missing the soak or whatever and not being there for that.
So Jess, it's looking like that, I mean, obviously, of course, it's a lot more damage than normal, but it looks like when he slams into that pillar, that's some heavy duty damage going out as well. Are we setting up cooldowns for that, or is it, or what are your thoughts on that?
I've been tranking on the first pillar when it gets hit.
Okay. All right. We're gonna need to set something up here. But let's go ahead and take our break here. And then we'll come back and figure that part out because that's a lot of damage going up. Tenno, Kale, either one of you here?
Yo.
All right. Do you have assist, Tenno? You do. Okay. Show me by your marker points your ideal movement for Sludge Fist.
Straight.
Okay. So, all right. So from skull to purple. That's
Because if we go from either side, we range ourselves further from one of the other pillars. And we had issues on normal where we ranged from the healers.
Okay. And then where are you and Kale? You guys are flipping him, right? Or is it facing that way?
We're always flipping because whoever's closer, like if someone's standing on Kale closer than I am, they will take the hit instead of me. Because he alternates strikes at the closest people.
Okay. All right. And then how often would you say personally you and Kale are getting targeted with the, or not getting targeted, but there's a pile of rubble on you?
That we have to dodge very rarely.
Okay.
We're trying to. That's why we're trying to align it where the melee have places to stand. The only time we have to ever dodge one is if it's on melee and it comes closer to us.
Okay. All right. I'm contemplating on having melee be on the other side of this boss. I want to see how that works out. That way we can separate, because and from what you're saying is basically it's just a straight line, okay? And I'm hoping, in theory, if the melee, if their stack points are basically no, but you have to keep them away as well.
The issue with putting melee behind at the moment is it could run out of room if more swirlies target melee.
Well, I don't want them directly behind. That's for sure. I want to keep the center lane open, straight from where he is to purple. So, like, for example, let me do a ready check to see who's back. Okay, so you tank him right where he's at, and you flip him. Okay, so if melee starts on green, okay, the main thing is as long as the two of you and Kale, are stacked together, no one else should get hit, correct?
Most of the time, yes, if they're not standing on us. But after each of the ground stomps where we have to run out, there is a time when, like, we will be in different positions.
Okay. Where's the healer? Haley, come over here. Follow me. Are you in range of who's over there? Griff? Is he in range?
Yes.
Okay.
But we run when the big circle goes around boss. I can't remember the name of it. When that happens, we go even further away.
Yeah, to run out of the circle, we would be roughly probably about where I'm standing right now.
To run out the circle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, you're in range, Griff.
Are you talking about the rubble?
No,
his kick.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay.
So when we're lined up back here, he won't be in range. We're not up here until later, right?
Yeah, and that's why we're trying to stay closer to the middle so everyone's in range of heals.
So as long as we don't run towards the gate, essentially, we should be fine for heal range.
Okay.
Junk's just clarifying that you're essentially wanting us melee more or less to hang on the boss's left hand currently.
His right hand, where the green marker is.
Okay, yeah. I left his right. Got it.
Yeah, I'm just curious if that would help with the boss positioning. Because here's the thing, where he's at right now, basically Beely camp and range camp, we're eating up lots of space on one side, like immediately. So that forces Kale and Tano to move towards the green marker is. And then we have to move with them, but range, we're running into pools. Does that make sense? So I was just thinking that what if we just converge in the middle, and then that would minimize the amount of times the tanks have to move, and would, possibly keep the range personnel from having to dodge a bunch of pools as well. But I totally get the potential threat of being out of range for the melee camp. Okay. All right. Well, either way, that we were moving in the right direction on that last pull here. So let me go ahead and get it ready. Check in here for pull. Let's just keep everything where we're at. I was just brainstorming. We'll go from there. Okay, we're all ready. Here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Colossal roar. Chain link. Destructive stomp.
Don't forget range. Take a couple steps back.
Colossal roar.
Right up on the edge range of this last one. Yep.
Destructive stomp.
Drinking.
Colossal roar. Stone blade.
Range, we're going to be moving back.
Destructive stomp.
To the left. Yep.
Stone blade.
Move back. Out of there.
So can you him?
We got a lot of room in this chat.
Yeah, we do now. Move up. Okay, so tanks, you're going to purple now, right?
Yep.
All right.
We have our space.
Much better. Looking clean. So range, we're going to stay right here.
Colossal roar. Stone blade.
Stay right here on the green marker, and then we're just going to move up.
Destructive stomp.
Little pocket right here. Nice, move up. Good job, good job.
Slide over to this side channel.
Colossal roar. Destructive stomp.
Right range.
We're gonna have to get closer, John.
Yeah.
Here.
Everybody move to your right, range personnel.
Destructive impact.
Yeah, we didn't have that healing. Okay, yeah, that was my fault. We should have been on the move before that. Go ahead and wipe it up.
Colossal roar.
Is the frequency of the puddles increasing as the encounter goes on?
It's steady.
Okay. I mean, there was just, we hadn't gotten to the other side yet, and I just saw a shitload over there already, so I wasn't sure if, like...
Well, we had
we
a lot
were-
on the right side there, Junks.
we
if
were-
moved up to right.
We were much more in the middle of the room this time than we have been in the past.
Well,
So
like
Because we had actually places to stand, so we could stay on our marker.
like right now, like where I'm jumping the green marker, like I saw like one all the way over here when I called for a wipe. So I wasn't sure if like I don't think anybody was over here, unless somebody was, and that's why I was kind of curious. Like, are they just?
We were stacked fairly close to green junks, and we had a rubble fall like on the left side of the gate, on the left side of the left gate. Like that's
Okay.
how far away the randomness was from us.
That's so odd. So for range, it's literally it's
The
like
good
for
luck
range,
control.
it's like
good luck
yeah.
controlling it is what it is. There's
Yeah.
there's a good amount
Yeah,
of RNG in this.
I think the melee rubble does drop sort of in proximity, kind of like the traps on Zymox, whereas
Yeah.
range, it's always right on top of range.
Right on
We
top of
always
range.
have to move. It's never next to us.
Yeah.
I think it
So-
is just a slightly different mechanic.
Okay. And
Yeah,
you
we
guys,
had one that was really
you guys
far
are
from
stacked,
us.
right? Lazy.
Oh yeah, dude, we're all right on. None of us had to move. It just felt like if you, depending on how far your screen is, you may not have even seen it fall. It was that far behind us.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, obviously, much cleaner pull on the first two pillars. That was really good. Same thing, Tide. Just yell at me. I'm looking at all kinds of shit. So if I forget that, hey, we need to start shuffling a bit early, that's what we need to do. You know, if I don't call it out, just make sure you yell at me.
Yeah, I would say once the first two pillars are down and he's a little more towards like purple center there, then we need to kind of moving up. So when he charges those the far pillars, we're in range.
Yeah.
I'm
And
reloading real
Tano,
quick.
it was you guys are after. I just marked it with blue, right? After the first two down, you're going after blue, right?
You had us go after this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I
And
wonder
just
if
so
that's
then-
to do the other one because
Yeah,
we're
I
going
guess
to
do-
have on that side.
Yeah.
You
We're
had us
gonna
do
change
this
it.
one, Junks, because you on normal were heading back further,
Yeah.
and this allowed you to have that open line of sight.
Yeah,
So-
we don't go down that far down anymore.
Yeah, we're gonna Tano, since range movement has changed, we're gonna change the pillar movement as well. So it's gonna be the X. So you do so orange first, blue second, and then once blue is done, move over to red. Because that's where the entire range camp is gonna be. We're gonna be in this area as it is. And then we can move up and take care of the last pillar from there. Good, Tano? Good, Kale?
Also, just so we're clear, when he hits the pillar for destructive impact, it doesn't drop off damage based on how far you are. So as long as you're out of whatever radius there is around when he hits it, which it doesn't say.
I
You're
think
gonna-
you just champion his like line when he charges, but you can stand next to the pillar and it doesn't do any more damage to you. That is-
Gotcha.
as long
Yeah,
as you
so
have
that's
one-
so yeah, melee. If we want to start moving, so we can be like right there as he hits it and get the full 12 seconds.
All right, check for pull. Moving in the right direction, guys. So we just got to clean up the first two pillars, and then once we do that, it's just rinse and repeat on the last two pillars. There's a lot going on, guys, especially range personnel. I know our movement, it's different every single pull. So we just got to be on our toes for that. We're all ready. Here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Colossal roar.
Range, come out to where the green marker is. Yep, I want to make sure we're going to move to our right after the first set of rubble.
Destructive stomp.
Right. We're going to come back to the same spot once we're done with chain slam.
Stone wave.
Right in this corner. Yep, we want to get close to the rubble so we can overlap as much as possible.
Stomp.
Move up.
Drinking.
Destructive impact.
Range. As soon as this is done, back to your. Yep. Just stay up against the gate here. Yep. Might have to. Yep. Okay, we're good. Right where we are. This is where we want to come back. Find where the green marker is. Yep. Perfect.
Destructive storm.
Moving up.
There was the second pillar. We're going to start edging forward after this.
Yep. After we DPS them.
Colossal roar. Stone quake.
Okay, range. Follow green.
I think with Rebel moves, we'll move up.
Yeah, we're gonna move up. Range, keep coming. Or no, get out of this. Yep, and then we're just gonna go to our right now. Right, keep going right. Okay. Quickly, let's try to reset here.
Drinking.
Coming back here after slam.
Stone quake. Stone quake. Colossal roar. Stone quake.
All right, wipe this one up.
Destructive storm.
All right, guys, that's the dance right there.
Did he not roar right after that one?
He did. It just took a little longer.
No.
But like that last one, like yeah, there was a pile of rubble that like spawned right on top of him. So that's the only tricky part.
Yeah, I have noticed like it does seem to be spawning more when he's in that position. Like it spawn every time previous pull we had to move, it would always spawn up pool there.
Hey, Junks, I got a question.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
Go ahead, Tenno. What's up, Chubb?
Or Boral, whatever my name is.
No, I was responding to Tenno in chat.
Oh, I know. Sorry.
Yeah.
So when we move up and then you decide to move right, there's already a bunch of rubble there. Can't we just go ahead and move left? There seems to be a lot of clear space over on the left-hand side. So, like after the second pillar, we move up and then we had to move right through a bunch of crap on the floor to a little spot. But there seems to be a lot of space over on the left-hand side. I was just wondering if we could move over there instead of
Where are
moving over
you?
to right
Show
where
me
all
what
the-
you're talking about, because I don't know where your orientation is and everything.
All right, so
I think that's where melee is going to go for the third pillar, so we don't want to put rubble all over there.
okay. Well, no, I meant like left towards back towards the gate where we started. So like where the boss is right now, when he hits the second pillar, we're kind of stuck back there against the wall, and then we move up, and then he casts his big AoE thing, and we have to move over to the right through a bunch of rubble where melee was. But over on the left-hand side, it looks like it's pretty empty. Like where the gate is where we start.
I need you to run to your spots because I'm not really sure where you're talking about
By the first
your orientation.
he's talking about kind of in that area.
All right, so we start over here
So
near
come
the gate.
come back over here is what you're saying?
Yeah, come back over towards like over here. Because it seems pretty clear over here, but there's like all the melee rubble is still over on that right-hand side.
Healing range? Would the healers reach the melee?
Yeah, so this is 1, 2. Then we would have to switch pillars again. Because right now I told Tano and Kale to go to X for the third pillar. And if we're hanging out over here, yeah, there could be a chance of ranging.
Well, we could always move up, but there's hardly any room on this other side. But there seems to be room. I was just a thought. That's just what I saw the last two pulls.
Yeah, I'd say let's watch it if it makes sense to come. What we need to do after the second pillar is we need to start kind of moving forward continually.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's left or right.
But
Yeah, left side or right side, we should be moving up.
Yeah, because we're on now the opposite side of him from the pillars, and we're not going to reach him.
Yeah. I see what you're saying, Chubb. That makes sense. But at the same time, we are dealing with a bit of RNG when it comes to where the pools are. I mean, if it makes sense to stay on this side, which you were talking about, then yeah, just like Tide said right now, we'll go ahead and we'll make the call from there. Or if we should go to the right side, but let me keep these up here because then we're gonna have to make that judgment call on which pillar to do next, dependent on which way we go.
Well, Rushstick has also had a chance to play with.
What the hell happened to Tano?
Bathroom break.
Oh, okay. He didn't res. Okay. I was
That's all that milk he puts in his tea. Can't handle it.
But you know what, Chubb? At the same time, it's all going to be dependent on the tanks as well, on which pillar is closest to them, orange or red. So yes, it might work for us to come over here, but then, we'll make the judgment call when the time comes.
Yeah, but like Tide said, we definitely need to be moving more forward, like back to where purple is.
Yeah. So like that last pull, I just wanted to like scoot in our direction, but I feel like we're just gonna have to make like a major push and just haul ass. So I think that's what we'll do it.
So, Junk, did you get some throat lozenges or something? Haven't heard any coughs lately.
What's the advantage for that service?
Well, when we did it, we went clockwise around the room. So the advantage here is that you can put ranged behind us, basically where green is now, and you can follow Sludge Fist around the room rather than having him come towards you. It also allows melee to stand more or less next to the pillars, so they have no downtime on their damage. And after he does his second stomp, because he's positioned here, you can move. A tank can move behind the pillar immediately, and Sludge Fist will basically just move right up to it before he charges, so everyone has that time to reposition before he starts running around.
Okay, so clockwise, so we're talking about red, green, purple, and then orange?
Yeah.
Those are the pillars?
The pillars, so you're walking around the room. It's just a bit more tricky. It's a bit tighter for everyone, but if you're coordinated and there's lots of call outs, it makes it a bit easier. What you can do at the start is to get all the range in position is put a lock portal where I am, over to basically where that flag is. So we're on pull, all range could be thrown over there.
Or you can shroud and just have them walk all the way up there.
Yeah, we stopped doing that because people were accidentally pulling with stuff. I did it a lot.
You're talking about doing it where you're tanking him up against the wall, yeah?
Yeah, so the first tanking spot is here. Or a bit more to my right. A bit more to my right, but I don't want to pull.
I like it.
You're
Yeah,
fine. Just
I like
finding
it.
that melee's having a bit of downtime, and you're also finding you're getting a lot more, I guess, the swirlies around the back. So this area here where we are is getting congested very quickly.
I think if we had some more time here, I'd give it a shot, Troy, but we only got 30 minutes left, so I want to...
No, what you're doing is fine. It's working fine.
Let's keep it where we're at. If we find that it's a serious issue, then yeah, we can revisit it tomorrow, but I want to make sure we get some reps in here. People can see what's going on here. Okay, Tano kill, I just left the markers up, just in case on positioning for X and orange. That way you can call it out on where you need to go. Preferably, if you could, either one, Tano or Kale, let us know after the second pillar goes down which direction you would like to go. That way then the range personnel, we can go from there, figure out what we want to do. I'm gonna drop a feast on which direction we need to go. Does that make sense? Because again, it's things are really ramping up after that second pillar, so we very well could be changing position depending on if we have any crappy pulls that drop right on top of you guys or something, you know.
I haven't looked. What are most people dying to each bull?
My health hit 0.
Well, obviously, which boss mechanic is causing that to happen?
I'm seeing all kinds of shit.
Just curious.
Chains, destructive stomp, colossal roar, shattering chains, destructive stomp, destructive impact. It's a combination of all kinds of stuff here. All right, like I said, we only got 30 minutes left, so let's just get some quality pulls in here, see how things go. All right, we're all ready. Here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Colossal roar.
Range, remember, come to green, just so we have enough space. We're going to go to our right after the first rubble.
Destructive stomp. Colossal roar.
Touch, could you him?
Destructive stomp. Destructive impact.
Cell, could you him?
Colossal roar. Chain link.
Range right up against the gate. We're going to be moving to our left.
Destructive stomp. Colossal roar.
Run towards the pillar for this slam. Kale.
Haley tree.
Destructive stomp. Destructive impact.
Range, when this is done, we're just going to beeline it to the other side.
Why don't we go left, like Chubb was saying?
Stonequake.
Edge along the left side.
All right, come on over. Follow green. Left.
Destructive stomp.
Be mindful of the puddles.
Colossal roar.
Haley trank.
Destructive stomp.
Run towards orange Kale.
Destructive impact. Colossal roar.
We can probably work our way up to the right.
Yep, we're moving up. I'm gonna make sure the healers are good and ranged.
Destructive stomp.
Right.
Gotta move it.
Big heals on tanks.
Stone quake. Colossal roar.
Personals.
Touch him.
Gruesome rage. Destructive stomp.
And run to stay at X.
Stone quake.
Defensives.
Destructive impact.
All right, dump everything you got. Second pots. Cooldowns.
Colossal roar. Stone quake. Stone quake. Chain link.
To the wall,
Range.
Kale.
Yep, just gotta find free space.
We move in, right, John?
Oof. Yeah, it's just really ugly here.
Can I go right here, Mel?
Stone quake. Stone
Range, if you're still with me, try to move where green is. Green marker. I'm jumping right now.
Hitting KO.
Position yourself correctly.
Sorry, I was rezzing someone.
No
right
worry.
away.
All good. Best pull we had all night, so making good progress here.
destructive stomp.
Yeah, I think I liked Chubb's suggestion there to go up the left, and if we destroy that pillar up close, so we kind of switch up there, we can just keep moving left and snake around the outside of the room.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. All right, check for pull. Okay, we're all ready. Here we go.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Colossal roar.
Moving to our right first range.
Destructive stomp. Colossal roar. Stone quake. Destructive stomp.
Run towards the pillar.
Sorry, bad timing.
All good.
Destructive impact.
Stay back here, range. We're just going to move up. Or move to our left, depending on your orientation.
Destructive stun.
Come right back
Next
here.
slam co.
After the pushback.
Towards Pillar Co. For next slam.
Touch him. Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Destructive stun.
Back to the left. Yep. So we're just going to be moving to our left now, range camp. Healers, just yell at me if you're if you get ranged.
Colossal roar. Stone quake. Stone quake. Chain link. Stone quake. Stone quake. Destructive stun.
Run towards orange next, Kale.
Stone quake.
Stay with green. Stay with green right now. Yep.
Haley train.
Destructive stun.
I'm dead.
Just wipe it up at this
Yeah,
point.
wipe this one up. Too many down.
I think I lost track of service and got us killed with the chain.
It happens.
So, Junks, we want to go X third pillar now, right?
It all depends on the tanks and how they operate. That's
then
why
we-
I asked. That's why I told us to move up to make sure we did a range. We just got to respond. That's all it is. Unfortunately, since there is a bit of RNG, we can't plan out our movements. Picture perfect.
Yeah, so if we're going to X, we need to move up after the second pillar.
Right,
If we're,
right,
if
right.
we're going to the other one, we need to move left.
Right.
Up being towards the huntsman door.
Good news is we saw the whole fight, guys. We're right there. Now it's just about executing. All right, check for pull. Okay, we're all ready. Here we go.
Five, four,
Colossal roar.
Sorry, that was me.
All good. Let's-
Destructive stun.
Next one's pillar.
Stone quake.
Range, we're coming right back here. Not immediately. Just take a couple steps back.
Stone quake.
When he does knockback, go back to where we were.
Haley train.
Stun. Stone quake. Destructive impact.
Sell him.
Range, don't forget to position yourself for the knockback.
Colossal roar.
Range, shuffle over to where green is, and we're going to be moving to our left. And then now we're just working our way back.
Colossal roar.
Haley tree.
Bad placement. Range, follow green. We're just going to go around here.
Stone quake.
All right. I didn't know people were going to run right through it.
Stone quake.
Get Jess up, please. Actually, just wipe it up. We need all hands on deck for this fight.
Destructive storm.
Hey, Tano.
Yo.
Have you guys started distributing vaccine yet?
Our one that we're a part of is the AstraZeneca Oxford. That's still in trials.
Gotcha.
Still making sure that it's like perfect.
Yeah, I'm in one of the priority groups since I'm a teacher, so I get to be vaccinated in a couple weeks.
Nice. Hope it works.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. All right. We're all ready here. One quick refresher for range personnel. Do your absolute best to get a hard stack going on. What we got going on right now is still a little too big. Every space, especially for these first two, because like I said, I want to get 2 circles in here, one right where we're standing, one to the right, and then we can start moving up. So the last one was a little bit tight. So I think a few of us were too close or too spread out. All right, we're all ready. Here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Colossal roar. Chain link. Destructive storm.
Got which one that was, didn't you, Tano?
No, I accidentally pressed R.
Colossal roar.
Come back to green. Green marker.
Touch him.
Destructive
We're going to be moving up on the next swirly.
Colossal roar. Chain link.
We're going to be moving to our left range.
Destructive storm.
Take a couple steps back. Stay where you are. Okay.
Sell him.
Let's get service up, please. Okay, never mind. Wipe it up.
Yeah, whoever I was chained to didn't get pushed back.
Getting mushed against the pillow is pretty fucking fun.
We can survive the mush, Kale.
No, we can't.
Yours popped, mine didn't.
No, that was Ardent Defender.
But the chains don't hurt your armor durability. Exactly.
Did we mean to time warp at the first pillar?
No, I forgot to hit my shift whenever I went to my pot.
Okay, we're all ready. Here we go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Colossal roar. Destructive stomp. Colossal roar.
This one's you touch.
Destructive stomp.
Haley.
Range, when we get the pushback, just stay right up against the gate. Ken, move right back where the green marker is.
Destructive stomp.
Moving up, yep. Just take a couple steps back. Hang out,
This
make
one's
sure.
used-
Go ahead.
Destructive stomp. Destructive impact.
Retreat.
Range, move up a little bit where green is for the knockback.
Colossal roar.
All right, follow range, follow green. Moving to our left over here. Right here should be good. Oh, okay, so we're getting some random ones now too.
Destructive stomp.
Up, yep. Stay together, stay together.
Stone quake.
Lots of pools there, so be careful. Out of the pools.
Colossal roar. Stone quake. Destructive stun.
Haley, this is your trank. After we move.
Reposition where I am, Kale.
So range, we're going to be moving to our right now.
Colossal roar. Stone quake.
Back to here.
Stone quake. Chain link.
Touch as soon as you have it, it's you.
I'm dead.
Can we get her up?
Yep. Just gotta be safe. Here we go.
Destructive stun.
Ooh. Safe now.
Lots of pools range, so be careful here. Fuck's sake, man. I swear, as soon as we get pulled in, a brand new pool spawns.
Blame
Try
melee.
to stack to our left. Try to stack to our left, then we'll work right.
Yeah, keep working right, guys. All right. Do we hero?
I just hit it.
Okay. Toss the kitchen sink. Range, you're going to have to do your best with the space you got here.
We're gonna use all the space much as we can here. We're gonna work back and left.
Destructive stun.
Go forward.
Come back, we got some space.
Colossal roar. Stone quake.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely amplifying as the fight goes on.
Yeah, comes to the fourth pillar and it's already still at 24%.
I swear, for like the last 3 pulls, every single time when we get pulled in, I run back, and then there's a swirly that spawns, and then you got to run back even more.
Yeah, it's fun doing that.
Check for pull. Last pull of the night, guys. Let's make this one count. Okay, we're all ready. Here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Colossal roar.
I can't reach tanks.
Follow to green.
Destructive stun.
There's a pool right there, so we're going to work to our left a little bit.
Colossal roar.
This is you, Touch.
Hang out with green.
Destructive stun.
We got to work a little closer than normal, guys.
Cell.
Colossal roar. Destructive stun. Colossal roar.
Haley Trank when we're stable.
Destructive stun. Destructive impact.
So range, we're going to be moving to our left now.
Colossal roar. Stone quake. Stone quake.
Haley, can you tree?
Stone quake. Destructive stun. Stone quake. Colossal roar. Destructive stun.
Can we get Jess up, please?
Destructive impact. Colossal roar.
We're going to keep moving to our left range.
Destructive stun.
Touch him.
Colossal roar.
Moving towards our right now ranged.
Destructive stun.
Let's get Cell up, please. As soon as he goes down.
Destructive impact.
Haley Trank.
Range, we're going to be moving to our right.
Destructive stun.
Moving on the pathway to our left towards X. Actually, lots of pools. Just move behind him. Okay.
Colossal roar.
All right, guys. It was a good run. Made some good progress. Starting to see the last phase a lot more. So certainly next week we'll probably make some changes here, try out some different tactics, something that can probably maximize our chances of keeping uptime on DPS and so forth and so on. But otherwise, good fight. Good weekend. That's not an easy fight, guys. That's always been a DPS check. So hopefully another week of getting some gear might help us with this encounter here. So otherwise, great job. Yep, just like Haley said, amazing raid weekend. Serious progress. So we all did great. Enjoy your weekend, guys, and I'll see everybody next week. Cheers.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks all.
Have a good one.